This is a highly, highly requested video that I'm finally getting around to. This is the DIY hangboard setup for your Sprinter van that goes on the outside of your van and comes off again. Okay, so the very first thing you need to know about this do-it-yourself hangboard setup is that it only works for the T1N Sprinter vans. The newer Sprinters, like the bigger ones, they don't have the rain gutter lip, which is crucial to mounting this thing. If you have a new Sprinter, this video is not for you. Dun dun. Here it is. So this hangboard right here is any old hangboard that you can get from a climbing shop. You can get it in a different size if you want. This is just the one that we had when we were building it out. So when my ex made this, or he took some plywood, there you go, I'll show you. So there's this plywood, I think this is, what is that, 1 inch thick, about 1 inch thick plywood, and cut it to fit the same shape as the board. As the back of the board, and this was to create a mounting. Then you drill the hole through the plywood, through here, and put a screw through this galvanized metal piping, and then put a nut on the end of it. So there's 2 mounting points here on this side, and there are 2 mounting points here on this side. Basically, so he mounted it to this piece of plywood and not to the hangboard. The hangboard, I don't think you would want to mount it to, because it's made of plastic, so I don't think it's the same, you know, durability as wood. Then, if you want to look in here, drilled some holes in the hangboard. So one there, and just basically secured the hangboard to the plywood on the back. I was not a part of building this. That's why I'm not doing a DIY video, like how you do it. This was something my ex made, and he's no longer returning my calls, so I'm attempting to deconstruct his creation. And when I asked him if he wanted it back, he said no, so that's why I still have it. So we have the galvanized metal piping. We also have this, I don't know what this is called. I'm assuming it's a T-joint of some kind, because it connects 2 pipes and there's a 3rd part coming off. This is the piece that actually rests on the lip of the Sprinter van. And then there's a little elbow joint right here, ta-da! And this actually kind of screws down. The whole thing moves a bit. It's not perfect, but you know, it's pretty awesome for what it is. So this piece is the elbow joint, and then there's another joint right here. So 2 elbow joints here, 2 elbow joints here, 2 of these little T joints, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits of just piping, and then 2 caps as well. So 1 cap here and 1 cap here. And I'll write all this down in the description. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how it goes on. All right, so that's what it looks like when it's mounted. Those T-joints rest on the rain gutter like that. And then this piece braces against the inside of the door. So this piece right here is bracing up against this to keep it from falling off. So when there's like pressure that goes outwards as you're pulling, this keeps it from, you know, completely coming off. And we wrapped it in tape so that it wouldn't, you know, rub against the frame of the van and cause damage. So the one thing I have noticed about this is that it's causing slight damage to the lip when you're pulling on it. So I don't really like that, but overall it hasn't broken yet. So yeah, that's that. It's a pretty cool hangboard setup. It does have a few limitations. When I put it on the lip of the van, you did see there's like a little bit of rippling. So it is bending the lip of the Sprinter van. I don't actually use the hangboard that often, but it is nice when I have a rest day and I'm out in the world being able to do static movements and like training my hands. I tell people that there is a 160-pound weight limit when they want to use it. I have never really tested it, but you know, 160 pounds is about what I am comfortable putting on that without it bending too much. And I also tell people that there is no yarding on it. It's static movements only. So you're gonna do like slow, controlled movements. You're not sitting there pulling on it. It's never failed, but you know, totally DIY, like homemade hack. I think that's everything. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. You can follow me on Instagram at OneChickTravels. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/OneChickTravels. You can find me on Twitter at Kaya Says. And I just launched a Patreon, and you can find me there at patreon.com/OneChickTravels. If you think that this video or any of the other videos I have made was worth a bag of peanut M&Ms or less, you can support me there. And I think that's everything. There should be a blog post in the description explain how this was built to the best of my ability, as well as links in the description, so go look at those. And if nothing else, I'll see you next time.